Good morning, everyone. We call to order the February 3rd meeting of Madison County Board of Commissioners. My name is Chris Wallace. Everyone please introduce themselves.
Tony Sinigas.
Brendan Shea.
Nick Atkins, prosecutor.
Rhonda Maynard, assistant clerk.
Devin Weaver with the engineer's office. Correct, dude.
Amy Reese Clark.
Everybody should have received a copy of last week's meeting minutes.
Move to approve the minutes and dispense with the reading.
Second.
A first and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Dr. Sneakus,
Yes.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes. Americans, would you like to get us started this morning, sir?
Good morning. I actually do not have anything to present this morning. Yeah, questions for me?
Any questions for Nick, gentlemen?
Nope.
Very good.
Okay.
Easy enough. Brian,
I guess I'm in the same boat.
the show is yours.
That's been here a little bit.
Yep.
Be interesting to see how that comes in. Be happy to defer to our illustrious First Energy representative.
Your reading is coming up, right?
Yes, oh, that's right. Next Monday night is my annual meeting with the township trustees and elected officials. 6:30 at the Butcher Block.
Very good. Sounds good. Up, sir. Well, since he deferred to you, the floor is yours, I guess.
Across Ohio, Madison. I don't have anything this month either. I was telling you to just try to get more familiar with the guys here. So, I used to be on the chamber, Madison County Chamber, and Madison County CIC. I was asked to step away from both of those, so, I felt like coming here, still helping keep stay engaged with the counties. I don't have anything that said, you guys have any questions for me?
I do.
Absolutely.
Why does it take so long for Ohio to come out and fix, poles?
You say fixed pole.
Like the ones that the car smashes?
So are you talking about potentially a two-pole condition where the pole is replaced and then the old pole's still there?
I mean, you go down the road, I see, down on 665, there's a tree laying on the power lines there where the boat ramp is. We have a pole right at the corner of Spring Valley and 665 that was smashed, I'd say probably 4 years ago. And they duct taped it with 2 boards and some straps. And it's still there. And they put a new pole in, but then removed the old pole. And that causes an issue with people. It's a bad intersection and, you know, so it's like, I know Brian has talked to.
So cable. Yeah, the problem with those is it's typically communication wire, they're still on the poles and they don't transfer. So, I don't know that those particular areas of who that attacher is.
But aren't the poles Ohio Edison's poles?
They are poles.
And you guys are leasing space or whatever it is. So shouldn't they be responsible for coming out and taking care of that so you guys can do your job?
They're supposed to.
And there's no way to make them do it?
It is a battle we have across our footprint all the time. You know, the PUCO states that the comms have to use our poles, but yet when these carpool accidents happen or any other, you know, reconstruction job, they'll sit out there for months and months. If you have some specific locations at some of those intersections, certainly send me those or have Brian send them to me if you're familiar with Brian. And I can see if we can push. We have a joint use team that works with these comms companies. There's a program that these comms companies have where they receive a notification from us that says transfer. Then they just never hit. A lot of those companies don't have trucks and guys that work in the field locally. So the contract allow it out. They're the ones that don't care.
Yeah, there's one at 665 in Spring Valley.
Okay.
It's been in that condition for multiple years. We've, and I know the situation got rid of that. We've done hard. I think it seems like everything we can do to get that communication on moving, but since it is such a broad issue, though, I wonder if there's a bigger conversation that can be had with PUCO on these to give you guys some, a little more leverage, because it's a problem. And it creates a safety issue, it's like this is a problem, especially on intersections that. Problematic anyway.
Right, yeah. If you have any of the safety from the intersection, I had out in Marion County last year. Found out Spectrum and our legal department wanted to reach right out to their legal department. They sent it through from Cincinnati next day. So if you do have those, I can certainly give you that list and I'll do everything I can. Others that are spread out throughout the county, it's, you know, the attachers, you can certainly reach out to them, that company, and just kind of beg and ask. I mean, there's only so much we're able to do on those.
Yeah, the one I'm pointing out right now has some safety issues.
Okay. That's the one at 665 and
Yeah.
Spur Valley Road,
Spring Valley.
just outside town here.
Okay.
I had to say it.
Yeah,
It bothers me. It's been there too long.
we have some that.
That's what quick comes.
That ain't so bad.
No, but sir, yeah, if something, I don't know if there's a broader conversation that could be had, since it is, I mean, it's not just First Energy that struggles with this, it's every other, utility in the state. Where you have to give up full space for that, then, you're the bad guy, and then, but the telecom, so do their part.
Yeah, there's a lot out there. I mean, I know some communities, they pay for folks to go out and do audits. They've had interns send us maps. We send it to the attachers. To just send them to me. I know our First Energy has been talking about doing, a pilot program in PA a couple of years ago with the Utilities Commission there, where we would start removing, and then bill the telecoms. They don't pay us, so we stopped doing that pilot program pretty quick. So it's a problem. So if there's anything you guys are able to do to your angles from the safety perspective.
So down on 665 where the boat ramp is, I don't know if you're familiar with the area.
That,
The Deer Creek.
okay,
Yeah, there's a tree that's fell, it's just hanging on those wires. Now, that may not be an issue, but if that gets knocked out, who knows what.
I think Amy sent that one. Is that the same one you sent to Robert? That's not even our lines.
Oh, what is that?
That's comm lines. I don't know which communication.
Yeah, because it would be, because the other side is my side, which is yours.
Yep.
It's a shame.
So what's your role with Ohio Edison? Is it government relations or?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
So I'm the communication liaison between our municipalities. So if there's really have any questions or concerns, certainly bring it to me. So I've been in the area for a
I
while.
remember Tim Sue, who used to be in that role for a long time, was relaxed, and then, okay, Josh basically. But
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
his position,
Yeah.
that you're, in, or the same position that you're in. Absolutely. Okay.
So same role, territory is a little different, but I cover everything from the city of Ashland down to the city of Greene, or city of Fairborn in Greene County.
Good to meet you.
Actually, too.
Oh, yeah.
For what it's worth, I've worked with a lot of electric utilities in the state. We are blessed to have a relationship with First Energy. We do in Madison County. We work with them more closely on our construction schedule every year, making sure we're able to coordinate any relocations. They've always been super responsive to us. Having worked with the DPNLs of the world and stuff like that, we're blessed to have a relationship and the local crews with First Energy that we do here in Madison County. So certainly not perfect, but we work real closely on our projects. And want to share that for the good.
And if we wait long enough, when the roundabout comes, I'm sure they're gonna have to do something that's. Another couple
I
of years.
remember,
What the hell?
yeah, any relocation I needed out of DPNL, it hardly ever happened. They were last minute. It was like pulling teeth. It was extremely frustrating. There was no coordinated effort there at all. much different situation.
Very good. We appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Go grab a coffee real quick, gentlemen.
I don't think I do, I'm not sure. Right.
It's 30. So. Here, okay.
And,
Super Bowl Sunday. One year, the Super Bowl was today. It's actually on. So.
Did,
Yeah, it was like Super Bowl night.
it did.
Was the,
I won't be there. I won't be here, but it's too bad. I want to be there. Really.
so it's, always a lightning fun.
yeah, you had, got pretty much full agenda for the Friday.
Oh.
Favorite in mind, if I did make it, I can, I'll email you later this week, but, then we should, I have 5 minutes.
Yeah,
There's a lot of questions, so
I see share, so absolutely.
for the street lighting. Street light update that. Yep, so, okay, we don't talk about HPSs anymore. But now they use them, I think, to time, just let people know. They look different and you're compared with.
It's real bad. So,
Then you start to the grass, what do you say?
Oh.
Okay.
You're on.
Yeah.
Resolution 14626 presented on behalf of Jennifer Hunter, Madison County Auditor, a resolution approving the payment of invoices from Madison County Auditor.
So moved.
Second.
One first and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shea?
Yes.
Dr. Sneakers?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace?
Yes.
Resolution 14726 presented by Amy Reese, clerk of the Board of Madison County Commissioners, a resolution rescinding resolution number 13126 and authorizing corrective budget action.
So moved.
Second.
First and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shea?
Yes.
Dr. Sneakers?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace?
Yes.
Resolution 14826 presented by Amy Reese, clerk of the Board of Madison County Commissioners, a resolution revising the budget of the Federal Community Development Block Grant Fund and increasing appropriations to the 2024 CDBG allocation program.
Moved.
Second.
First and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shea?
Yes.
Dr. Sneakers?
Yeah.
Mr. Wallace?
Yes.
Resolution 14926 presented by Amy Reese, clerk of the Board of Madison County Commissioners, a resolution approving a commercial lease agreement between the Madison County Board of County Commissioners and the Madison Champaign Educational Service Center.
So moved.
Second.
The first and a second. Any other discussion?
Just a question. So this seemed to match everything we had discussed. Nick, you had a chance to review the commercial lease agreement with the ESC. I think you previously,
I did, I talked to Rob, I suggested a couple changes, the most important being the option to purchase and how that was worded.
Yeah.
I was concerned with the language, but otherwise, yeah, and that was changed,
yeah,
no concerns.
thanks.
Very good. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shea?
Yes,
Dr. Sneakus?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace?
Yes.
Resolution 15026 presented by Amy Reese, Clerk to the Board of Madison County Commissioners, a resolution approving an engagement letter with Crossroads Community Planning LLC for planning and zoning technical services.
so moved.
Second.
First and a second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Shea?
Yes,
Dr. Sneakus?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace?
Yes.
Resolution 15126 presented on behalf of Robin Bruno, Madison County Department of Job and Family Services. A resolution approving the publication of a legal notice and authorizing the solicitation of sealed bids for process server services.
So moved.
second.
First and a second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Shea?
Yes,
Dr. Sneakus?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace?
Yes.
Presented on behalf of Robin Bruno, Madison County Department of Job and Family Services, a resolution approving Department of Job and Family Services travel, training, and conference requests for calendar year 2026.
so moved.
Second.
First and a second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Shea?
Yes,
Dr. Sneakus?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace?
Yes.
All I have, thank you.
Yeah.
There's the travel one, I think there's 20 some, if you want to sign them electronically, you can sign them all here.
Thanks, Bill. We have time.
So,
Wonder when they're gonna get the front of your building done. Is it poured? I didn't think so. It's too cold.
Yeah. We had a cold spell when it was December, right about the time they were ready to
Yeah.
go, and I think they were on another job, and then obviously another cold spells.
Well, hopefully you're first on the list.
I'm happy it's. Pretty
This will need to be notarized. The lease,
yeah,
the lease needs to be notarized. Okay. It will need to be. It says optional, it's not optional. It's a lease every 3 years.
I always worry about 4th of July out there.
Sure. People sitting on it. And, well, yeah, you're right.
And then, Coker Show, same thing.
Hopefully it's done.
Yeah,
If not, get the tape back.
I would go out there on Monday or Tuesday after the weekend and race land inside.
Oh, yeah. It's horrible.
Technically, their signature should be notarized and our signature should be notarized. Most technically, it's not correct. That's for a friend, Roberta to sign. They'll have to get that re-signed.
okay. There's more, this one has the 20,000.
Totally.
Anything for us?
There's one. I think it was the last one. Yeah.
Kevin, how long would that bridge be closed?
That one is set for 120 days,
And to start when?
hopefully after July 1st.
This year?
Dredge that into the lake, it's like so shallow. And I don't know down there, but by the, before you get, I guess, when you come out from 665 to the lake or the beach park.
Thankfully, we don't touch the lake, we really don't touch the core of the dam, so it's really just staying within the right of way.
So many lily pads.
Well, loading and ours trying to figure out what we're gonna do with the dam. Needs rehab. They don't have money.
Surprise. It's just a block of concrete,
They
isn't it?
haven't decided what they're gonna do, but it is a conversation piece.
Does that have any, I mean, I'm sure all bridges over water have EPA oversight or they have to put containment when they tear it down or
Dam for the bridge.
the bridge?
Depends on the law. So. State river designation, and there's a higher standard we have to meet.
Clear Creek,
Well, I mean, we can't, yeah, I mean, any fill we put in the waterway, we have to get it put in. Things like clean concrete or whatever, it's not really an issue, but yeah, we do have to get it. The challenge with that one, the spillway walls actually serve as the bridge above. And since we don't know what the DNR is going to do with the dam and spillway, we're going to build abutments behind. That's, the spillway walls, and they can do whatever they need to do without impacting.
who knows when?
It's the urban part of the structure.
That's the issue.
That's the issue. Urban citizens, stability issue. It's not a issue.
I hate for that to be drained. We don't want to know what's under there.
What's so? It's organic matter.
Boy.
High density and fully functioning septic systems.
No. Wasn't there talk about when the county had, when we were running the sewer and water, wasn't there talk about potentially the state forcing us to visit that area for sewer? Yeah, I just,
It might be a thing.
Yeah.
Somewhere like Choctaw.
it was years and years ago, but yeah.
I mean, They put the county under findings and orders for Choctaw.
Yeah,
Why there's so many lily pads?
But they were in the same situation. Every one of his houses had aeration systems. There wasn't room for a leach field.
yeah.
And the aeration systems work well when they work, but when they don't work, they just outlet directly into,
Yeah.
into the lake.
I suspect there's a lot of bear pipe just,
You know, most of those were just fishing cabins that now in the lake that have gradually been, you know, added on to or remodeled or whatever. With the old existing septic.
what is that, West Mohican?
Was still even.
Yeah, but it has its own,
It does now.
yeah,
It did.
yeah,
County was.
I visited it.
County was in the same position.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember those injunctions.
So the county's still the bad guy, like Choctaw for the sewer system, but the county had no choice.
It was before my time. We had a lot of issues with, grinder pumps, remember? They wouldn't allow access, they were sharing them, dumping their
Which is
water in
why,
it. Oof,
which is why we got rid away from the shared units and so forth.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own.
yes,
Wouldn't they want to live there? Why would they not?
At Choctaw, because there was a $10,000 assessment.
Yeah.
You know, 20,
And then,
5 years ago.
how long did the grinding threaten? I mean,
Well, they weren't, yeah, the grinders weren't
they
being,
weren't lasting.
money was not being set aside to gradually replace the grinder pumps. So, or there wasn't like a proactive replacement program. So they would just fail.
After 10 years, right?
And, you know, now so they failed, you'd have two houses that, you know, would have no
sharing
sharing,
it, yeah.
and it became an emergency. Drivers. People told them, you know, we need to be replacing X number every year to stay ahead of.
And then depending on when they were installed, there was an issue whether the county had an easement to access it.
Remember, we had to go, remember everybody,
Yeah, I remember.
yeah,
That was a lot.
yeah, I forgot, but yeah, I had to do all that.
You know, if something ends up in the grinder pump that's not supposed to be there, you got two houses pointing fingers at
Yeah, he did it.
who did.
They made good neighbors, or they planted plants all around it, and they didn't want the plants destroyed, so you couldn't go in there and pull the grinder pump. But
If you had instruction was in the way, it was access.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, right over, yeah, flower beds all around.
I know, that was something.
Youngest, just that. You get a haircut, they look 10 years older.
Could just picture that I had an auditor to approach him about a budget grant for not only two more positions.
So it looks like.
We got plenty of people to do it.
That's not.
That was my immediate thoughts, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Not all pictures. These things that were bad.
Oh, no.
Necessary people.
I said it was going to try to be considered the next meeting.
All right.
Oh, it's in the middle seat.
Yeah, it's a whole new world.
Right. I think the county's gonna have it, but it would change that.
Yeah. Or I think so.
Right.
When he was, it was such a more freestyle thing to run because we got it too. And
What do you want to do?
Just finish up that.
We're someplace else. Supposedly. So I see the comments come over right? So I wait for this to come and fail me before I leave. Relax. Only a couple of weeks.
You take fire, like the.
You were here when I just talked about it? Thank you. Back to that? Which now?
What is it?
March 26th. Remind you.
One coach.
Thank you. Reminders are always.
What is it? March?
It's late.
March what?
26th.
Right after Greek Independence Day?
Great.
No, it's awful.
25th is Greek Independence Day. March 26th. I gotta send it to the secretary.
Here's the Ides of March.
Right, so I know cities of March South, so. Okay, yeah, I saw her, that's what's. Oh, you work at UCM. It's probably, it's, I mean, she does, deal has me. Oh, yes, right. That's what makes spelling like road names for somebody ever knows, county grids.
What's especially there's some, it's like there's cultural agreements.
We're gonna have a nice speech like last year.
I don't think he's gonna be that. He heard so much about it, but he probably won't do that.
Wasn't it about a horse?
Beating the dead horse.
So much.
I loved it.
Yeah.
So.
Even here applying for,
You're right, you know.
sewer and water or something,
Yeah.
After what Les Robinson.
Say what, so?
position, sewer and water. What I heard was.
The director. Not.
I thought I heard.
Yeah, people that live there swear, you know, on that, so.
That'll be.
Issues going on, red channels like street, turn true. Heard that stuff.
I would have preferred them to get a little more creative with north south.
It's not really, like, I mean, that's been kind of like.
Miss delivery sometimes because they're like, oh, wow. No, I'm just.
Yeah.
Mia and Mia East rather than Mia West.
That's what they do with the meals.
Because we do have 4 bids. It'll unlock at 9:15.
have to do some downloading, so it'll be just a second.
Three, four.
There's something, can't tell if it's on folder. You're sitting by the window, so maybe pull the channel over there.
What's the key right now?
Yeah, at 22.
We don't have to do a double check on the temperature. Oh, it's in the twice.
Still minus one side.
Reach out. He's still overlashing on these river chat over there. Okay. I don't know so much in folders. I know we didn't give the permits and whatever, so they're not worth it. I had reached out and turned on. We're not familiar, no one's reached out to us. There's 3 of our phones that are related. Perhaps know nothing about it, so, but I know 11. So I don't know if the contract's 18. All over the west and first, but true. That's a, no, it's always all the way down. It's so much farther. It's on. Oh, that's, I think it might be one of them. I heard that. So, and they're just going to, especially when you're underground.
Most of it's going underground.
Yours is the, except for that rural part of that plant that was done a few years ago to get problem into.
So it's all getting installed at once.
Right.
It does. 127.
Okay.
We've got some roads, we've got multiple companies installing their own banks, like 4. Which one? Some of these are isolated in pretty management.
Right. I mean, we're having an issue with our stuff and some of these need to go, things looking at it. Probably normal. Stack everybody, not more to them, like hardly, you know, happy copies and so this gets some things that are. And talk about. Yeah, it's great that they're doing, but it's 25 years, you're asking this stuff, especially when it's down.
Okay, we have 3 of the 4 bids downloaded at this point, so we're gonna get started with, reading the results. The first bid is from Complete General Construction. And the bid total is $1,819,530.14. That's 1,819,530.14.
Did you guys have an estimate?
The estimate was $1.616 million, which puts us awardable up to 1,939, and we have in the range of 175 in terms of what the project on it. So the next bid is from Ohio Bridge Corporation doing business as US Bridge, and their bid is $1,937,000 or $937,649.79. That's 1,937,649.79. The next bid is from Shelley and Sands Inc., and their bid is $1,925,446.00. That's 1,925,446.00. The final bid is from Eagle Bridge Company, and their bid is $1,875,500.00. That's 1,875,500.00. So the apparent low is Complete General at 1,819,530.44. And we'll take a look at the bids and see what the process is, and hopefully have a recommendation for you for award for next week.
Very good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, at least you got 4.
Yeah, it's a big deal. We haven't done 4 since I
Was it, the one bridge there, didn't get a bid, didn't we have to rebid that one? On,
Dyer was one.
Great vote.
Great Mill, yeah.
Great vote as well. Yeah.
Speaking of Dyer.
Yeah, I've worked with each other all the time. Pretty long time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, wait, some more results.
Uh,
What time is that, Chambers? Just gonna have to make it. Ish.
Ish. What did you show? I'm gonna throw on
It should be ish out.
6-ish. Not expecting for.
What you gotta do?
Yeah, look, I'd love to.
Work it over.
See you next time.
All right, Brian, thank
Okay, Brian.
you. See you tonight.
Actually,
Okay, good.
That's
He's
seven.
tried to give it up several
Seven-ish.
times, 7-ish, 7-ish.
Get to him. You're gonna have to.
We're busy tonight. Don't be a, you might not have enough chairs for it. Line the walls. Yes,
Thursday.
I have a chamber meeting
it
today.
is.
One thing. To the hospital. Getting
It goes 10 days.
But she had no leave.
You missed your vacation, this year. Unbelievable. And I've never taken that much vacation in my life.
Well,
Why you can.
there'll be there'll be a time when you realize what you haven't done for the past 30 years and you should have been doing. I took my time and it's time for me now.
Working a bigger law firm, so there's more people to do my work.
Well,
was thinking.
There's only two of us, like one of us leaves,
One
we're,
person's out sick.
yeah, we're in trouble.
well, see, that was,
We're both doubles.
that was my position.
We're
You
in
know?
trouble.
It was only me and my partner. Well, now we got my daughter in there, so now he can take a little bit of time and I can take a little bit of time. Before that, it wasn't there.
Look, yeah, it's tough.
It wasn't there.
Hey, another
You
attorney,
know, we're not financial planners, but we could take it with us. Now, I realize that something happens to you and then you figure it out.
I'm taking the kids, right,
You
degrees?
know,
You're not taking
that
them?
might be in the summer.
Summer, okay, summer. That's what I thought, I talked to two of them,
Well-
said they were gonna go, take the kids to the degrees for the first time.
Last year, I went down there to settle some.
Yeah.
Property stuff that wasn't settled. Got that taken care of.
Read about and stuff,
Yeah. And,
gotta be taken care of, you know.
some family stuff. In the family.
But then,
This year, we don't even have a place to stay because what I took care of last year was supposed to be done this year, so it's not done.
and they took care of lemons.
So I heard the lemons are okay.
And the lemons are
They're
back,
back.
Oh, they're back.
They took the oranges.
I just took the oranges.
It's just orange, the lemon and orange tree in the backyard. And it's, I'm telling you, the best oranges I have ever ate. Who took it? So the people that were working on the apartment, the workers, raided the tree.
Just the oranges, not the lemons.
They left the lemons because they weren't ready.
We're on, okay.
Yeah. So my brother's down there. He said I got 8 oranges for you.
Good.
Like he spared.
They spared some of
Oh,
it.
they are so good. I would eat like 5 or 6 of them. They were that good.
It's good orange. It's a lot of orange.
They grow like,
A lot of vitamins in it.
like we have apples here, just
Yeah.
fall on the ground. Same thing over there with oranges. There's no apple trees, but there's a lot of oranges. There's fresh olive oil season too. Morning.
Come on up.
Yeah, you can come
Oh, you
all the way up. Yeah, come on up.
We'll start early because we know you're long-winded.
You like to verify that from our time at Phillips together, so. I guess that's. Am I up now?
So, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Floor
Yeah,
is yours.
definitely.
John, have you been, sir?
I have been doing well.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Todd O'Reilly. Brendan Shin. Nice to meet you. So I know your time is valuable, so I'll.
Think as much
I
time.
don't think he's listening.
Well, greetings from Tolls, and thank you as always for your support for career technical education. You know, Madison County is blessed to have one of 53 career tech sites in the state of Ohio. And so we serve at Tolls all of the Madison County schools, Fairbanks local schools in Union County, and then also the school system of Dublin and Hilliard. So kind of an eclectic mix right there. All goes back 50 years ago. Those school districts were not so different in the 60s than they are today. And so our borders were set much like the borders of school districts in Madison County back in the late 60s and 70s. So our enrollment is booming right now. I want to talk about a couple things here, but a couple things, and I'll refer to these, but these are yours at your leisure later on to look at here. But career tech across the state of Ohio is booming. I think post-COVID, in general, students are just looking for a different experience. Students and parents are looking for choice. We're a school of choice. Last week was Public School Choice Week, if you will. This month is Career Tech Month, and we position ourselves, we're a school of choice. If you live in any one of our associate school districts, you know, your parents' address determine your school district. Your choice as a high school student determines whether or not you apply and go to Tolls. So we're different in that regard. We're really working hard to position our programs toward workforce needs. That's our original mission. Our specific mission at Tolls is to help secure the American dream for the next generation of workforce talent. That's why we exist. We don't have a football team. We don't have cheerleaders. If you want to do that, and that's fine, our students can do that at their home school. So we're different in that regard here. So the first brochure is just all of our programs. And this is our high school program, because I want to be remiss if I didn't talk about adult education, which is growing as quickly right now as our high school program. So this outlines our current 2-year programs. Our model for the most part is you can come as a junior and senior. And in that model, ideally, we get you at your senior year into the workforce. We do what's called a 2x2 program, 2 weeks at work, 2 weeks back at Tolls. Those students are all full-time with us. By full-time, I mean when they're back with us, they're catching up on their English and their math, those core academics that it takes for graduation. Those 2 weeks that they're on the job site, they don't come to us at all. And I can give you some great stories from last week when most schools were shut down. Our 2x2 kids who are, I'll give you an example, like working for Ohio Health or Madison Health at the hospital, they go into work. They don't get a snow day. Hospitals don't shut down if it's cold or snow or any of that. In fact, one of our pre-nursing students with Ohio Health was offered an extra $20 an hour if she would come in during the level 2. And so her dad drove her to work and she paid $42 an hour for 12-hour shifts, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of last week there. Our senior onlys are relatively new, and I'll just let you peruse this. This is for those students who as a 10th grader didn't apply and go to tolls as a junior. This is you're setting there your senior year, you're starting to think, I don't know what I want to do. Maybe college is the right pathway, maybe other pathways you want to explore. This is a one-year program. And for probably the newest program that relates most closely to Madison County is our new controllable agriculture program. We're working in partnership with the Department of Agriculture at, or the College of Agriculture, I should say, at Ohio State. So if you've been to Waterman Farms, you've looked at the greenhouses, this is a program designed specifically not to compete with our Go Ag programs. In Madison County, Madison Plains has a wonderful ag program, London Schools, wonderful ag program. Wes Jeff and Jonathan Aller are talking about maybe reinvigorating an ag program. Great. We don't want to compete with that. That's not a wise use of taxpayer dollars to have a program in one place and a program in another that replicates. So this is what I'm going to call indoor ag, science connected. If you've been down at Ohio State or if you haven't, I'd suggest reaching out to them. You know, Madison County is blessed in agriculture with some of the best farmland, but also we have Molly Curran and the whole Farm Science Review right here. And so there's just a great connection. So the senior only programs, brand new. This document is just career tech from a statewide. So our enrollment in the last 4 years has gone from 600. We started the year just over 1,300 students. We're now in the mid-12s as students either have decided this isn't for them or not, but we've doubled in the last 4 years, which is why we're building on. If you've driven past our site and if you are driving past, please turn right or turn left into our parking lot. A tour is always at your disposal. We have a $30 million project going on right now. It'll finish up in December of this year. Last week, we kind of took a hit on the schedule, but there are workers out there today. And those workers include toll students. So we have a construction program and the contractors have hired a set of our students. And you might have seen this, it was on the front page of the Dispatch 3 weeks ago, where they had a whole section on career tech. That was a Jonathan Alder student. Her name is Goldie Bauman, and she is working with Rosilli Construction in the project management scope. So she is in our 2x2. And the job meeting this Friday, 9 o'clock, it'll be a bunch of contractors who have been working in that field for longer than she's been alive. And she's right at the table. She's in charge of the schedule. She works with the main project manager to manage schedules, submittals, change orders, all of that. So that's our construction program. I want to share next Friday invitation, if your schedule would allow, with no RSVP necessary. We have our spring advisory council meeting. Commissioner Zanika, you're part of our animal management or our pre-vet tech, I think, program there, and you're there in October. This is a morning, 8 a.m. Hopefully you've already been invited to that, but invitation to all of you. In the fall, we probably have 300 plus business partners coming. By federal law, every one of our programs has to have an advisory council that meets a minimum of twice a year. So next Friday, the 13th, is meeting number 2. And we don't usually get as many during the day because of work commitments, but we'll have a solid 200 business partners there. Be about a 2-hour block of time. They'll get to hear from me. I have to always say it's a superintendent's prerogative. But really it's to sit down with the individual instructor, talk about the program, talk about the curriculum. Hopefully we get business partners that are hiring some of our students to give us critical friend feedback. Are we doing right? Are we preparing them right? How could we do better? Those are important conversations there. And then finally, pivoting over to our adult program, I want to share our adult program is largely right now focused in 2 areas. We have a fire EMT program, and we are really heavy into manufacturing, specifically on the training of the technician. That's kind of the second level of manufacturing, who is the person that frankly is fixing all the robots and making sure all the machines are running correctly. That's a greatly needed, skill set, if you will, in manufacturing. But on the fire program, which we have both at our high school and at our adults, we're making a capital budget request. In fact, tomorrow I'm gonna be meeting with, Senator, Michelle Reynolds' office. I have a couple of other meetings next, over the next couple of days. There's a one pager on this. I want to reassure too, at the state capital budget, I know our villages work for state capital funds as well. We fish out of a different pond. This is a higher education. Our career tech, our adult education, we have to partner with a 2-year community college, and our partner is Columbus State. So we're not competing against potentially rails to trails in Plain City or a park or something like that in Sterling. We're in a completely separate pot of money. Now, whether there's pots of money at the State House right now is a whole different conversation. But again, this is for a search and rescue facility that would be in addition to our burn facility. Right now, if you go in front of Tolles, there's an old brown ranch house that looks like it needs a fire set to it. That's our current search and rescue. This would be a vertical search and rescue, 4 stories, because a lot of what you see happening in Madison County is vertical. A lot of high rise, you think of 40 coming out of West Jeff, and how do we train our firefighters? And how do we protect our firefighters for these different types of environments that they're going to? Right now, we just have a couple of our fire departments have said we're in, but this will be filled up by the end probably by the month. We're just getting started on this right now. And then finally, and this is just a fun thing, this is an invitation to all of our elementary schools that we serve. And we have a career fair for 4th and 5th graders in May. Another good time, if you have a hole in your schedule, which I know as busy as you are, probably never happens. But if you want to see through the eyes of a 9 and 10-year-old who start to get introduced to careers, this is a really neat event. So another open invitation. It's at the fairgrounds in Hilliard, if your schedule would allow. It's a couple months out, but I want to get that on your radar screen. So I always appreciate coming up and seeing you guys. It's been a while. I wanted to give Commissioner Shea a little bit of time to get your feet settled coming in here. You'll see me now on a more regular cadence like has been in the past there. So with that, are there any questions that I could answer for you, or anything that you're kind of wondering about as far as tolls or career tech in general?
What programs are seeing the most growth?
Yeah, great question. Nursing, far and away. Nursing, when I came in 4 years ago, we had 2 teachers. We're now talking about hiring our 6th teacher. That has just exploded. The 2-year program, we also have a 1-year senior only. And it's largely because of the partnerships that we have with the various hospitals, as well as just the need out there. Post-COVID, nursing kind of became like, hey, that is I don't say glorious, because what they do is not glorious. But there's a high level of prestige that has come with that. So nursing, far and away. I would say the welding program at Tolles has always been really strong. That's going to be part of our new facilities. And then our senior onlys kind of fill in that niche type of thing there. Our cyber program is popular. But our bread and butter are the, and I don't want to say non-college bound, they're nurses. They all go through like pretty much like a Columbus State or that. But healthcare and the blue collar tradition, that's our bread and butter. And that's where we're seeing the increase there.
So do you prepare the potential nursing students to enter Columbus State?
Yeah, that's.
Because that's one of the, when I went to the advisory board with the veterinary part of it, you know, a lot of kids there thought that they were there to be veterinarians.
Yeah.
And it's really
Not that.
not that.
No.
And I wanted to make sure that, and I think the people that were there, you know, from our committee, all agreed that, hey, we need to tell the kids that, you know, veterinary medicine is a little different. You know, it requires 8 years of more schooling. And you really, I don't know if that's the program that they should be in if they want to be veterinarians, right?
That program is one that we have to look
Yeah,
more
you
closely
do.
at. We had a pretty long time teacher. She did a really, really nice job. We have an opportunity though to better, I'd say be more transparent. It's a pre-vet tech program.
exactly.
That's what we're preparing. Now, some of our students go there because there's an absence of a pathway if you want to be a veterinarian there. And look at, I want to say it's Greene County over by Dayton, where they actually have, a surgical center in their pre-vet. And one of their instructors is a vet, where they do spay and neutering there. So you get more of the science part of it there. We've got to look and be a little bit more directive. This is pre-vet tech program.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think we made that pretty clear.
Yeah.
And veterinary technicians, you know, I mean, you're partnered already with the right schools to
Yeah.
get that, so, you know, I think it needs to be very clear what that program is.
It doesn't.
And there's a big need for veterinary technicians, huge.
Yeah, in partnership with, I'm gonna take the word you said, that's the key for all of our programs. And I think, it's even getting like the advisory council, and thank you for being a part of that. And we get some veterinarians on the advisory council. We need probably some more pre-vet techs and have those persons be the one that are coming into the classroom on a more regular basis. So the students, can understand, you know, that next step. Now, ideally in career tech, we're looking for like a ladder. And what would be ideal is, you know, come to tolls, then start off as a pre-vet tech, go down the college pathway, maybe with that experience, and then make sure you want to do it. And if you still do, then move into frankly, the competitive field of trying to get into a vet school. That's more how our nursing program works. You go to tolls, ideally your senior year, we've got you at Madison Health, we've got you at Ohio Health. You're really getting on the job training for that. And then those entities provide employer assistance for college. So the reason why Columbus State is such a great partner, we've got a lot of flexibility around their schedule. So our current students in nursing can do the senior year at Ohio Health. And then Ohio Health's annual tuition assistance covers 100% of the tuition at Columbus State. And the student can go there to get their RN, which is a step up in pay. And then if they want to, they can continue. Columbus State has a new BSN program. Ohio State's got a BSN program. And if you're working simultaneously, all that tuition is covered.
Yeah.
So there's literally a pathway from tolls as a junior to a BSN degree, let's say at Ohio State, with no out of pocket whatsoever, and you're working all the way through. You've probably flipped the college debt equation that instead of being 35 grand in the hole, you're probably 35 grand ahead by the time you're 23 years old. It's an amazing, would be ideal for vets as well.
And I don't know if you knew this, but 20-some years ago, I took the welding program there. It was in the evenings. I just wanted to learn how to weld.
Yeah,
I think it was eight-week course.
okay,
Once
yeah.
a week we went there.
Did you fail the course?
I did not. I passed in the flying colors. But you know, it was neat because not only did they teach you how to weld, and I can't remember the gentleman's name that was teaching it. I know he worked for Columbia Gas.
Okay, yeah,
So, but he did just a fabulous job, and not only how to weld, but the thought and why we use what we use to do what we do. So it was a little more technical, and it was very nice.
there is science that is unappreciated as it
Absolutely.
relates to welding.
Yes.
And especially with the new materials that are happening
Oh, yeah.
in manufacturing that we need to, I'll say, fuse together. It is a science, and that was probably MIG welding, and we're moving into TIG. as
Well, he taught us all that.
Did he really? Okay,
MIG, TIG,
Yeah.
stick.
that's awesome.
Yeah, we went through the whole thing. We concentrated on, stick welding.
Yeah,
But he did approach it all.
that's awesome.
It's, very enjoyable. I look forward to going to it.
The adult program is growing, and some take it like yourself, I think probably more like out of interest and as a hobby. Others we're seeing that are like, no, I want to become a welder.
Right.
And one of the things that we're watching at the federal government, there's been, and actually Senator Husted is one who has put in a lot of work, is the short-term Pell, where, you know, a lot of people think Pell going to college, those Pell grants. Now, for a lot of career tech adult ed programs, you can use Pell grant money. And we also try to use, we owe money from Job and Family Services. So there's a workforce barrier, because that can be a great paying job. It's work. Don't kid you on that. It's work. but, it can be lucrative.
Can you speak more to the AI program and what type of interest you're?
Yeah, it's, one of the things I like best about that program, Commissioner, is it's teacher driven. So our instructors come from industry. So we have two cybersecurity instructors. The one, and he's a younger guy, he's still in his 20s. Undergrad in math and computer science, went out in the world, worked private sector in basically cyber. And post-COVID, working remotely, just knew he wasn't cut out for it. So he transitioned over to us after he had like 4 years experience. And this was his kind of design. And there was a lot of like, I'm gonna say, conversation about AI. Is it good? Is it bad? It doesn't matter. It's gonna be here and it's not going away. In education, a lot of times it's like, is it being used to cheat or all of that? We want to help our students understand that, you know, first of all, how does it work? How does AI work? What is generative AI? What's a large language model? So giving them an overall framework. This is a 1-year program. Kids are not going to be experts in this, but we want to allow them to understand foundationally, how does AI work? What can it be used for? How is it going to go into the majority of industries? And teach kids to use their powers for good, quite honestly. And then we hope that that'll lead to a college-bound experience. That's the AI. It's going to be cloud computing. So one of our partners is AWS, the cloud. I'm sure you guys are talking data centers and all of that. I know there's a potentially one plan, and if there's not, there will be 10 in the next 2 years here. I mean, data centers are populating like rabbits. So, and that's important. I mean, that's they're intelligence centers. That's where a lot of the data that we're working through and utilizing is coming through data centers. So I'd love to have you come see that, because I don't do justice in my answer to the passion that our instructors bring when they talk to students about what that'll detail.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Again, open invitation. If you're driving past and you got an extra half hour and you want to come in, the engagement level of our students is what you would leave saying, wow. Again, these students are making a choice to come to us. No one's forcing them to be there. The learning is not straight rows listening, kind of like you're doing for me here. It is hands-on. It is just a high level of engagement, and everything that we hope to see in our youth, you can see in Tulsa.
It's fantastic.
Other questions you might have?
I don't believe so, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right, well, again, open invitation, Commissioner, hope to see you next week if you're.
I would not
allowed.
be able to attend that one, but
Is your daughter doing well?
she's doing excellent.
Good, good, well, maybe she can come.
She's working. That's
Okay.
why I'm not gonna be there.
That's why we always get a lower one in the springtime. I know we have some business partners that are like, oh, could you have this during the day? So we flip and do a morning one in the spring and.
I mean, if there's ever any questions about anything, have the instructor contact.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad to help. I think you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're a valuable asset to this county. And, you know, not everybody's gonna get a desk job. And I
Yeah.
think what you're doing is more sustainable, and we need it.
We do. I mean, I think there's an alignment, or let me say, I think there's a misalignment between education right now and workforce needs. And hopefully we can be a part of creating a little bit better alignment. So I know in the manufacturing area, we're seeing a lot, and everybody thinks manufacturing and they think of Honda. But I'll tell you, some of our closest manufacturing right now partners are like Hikma Pharmaceutical. They're making medications, they're making medical devices. It's a different level of manufacturing and something that we don't think of as much. And then down the road, we're talking about what's the next industry, and certainly data centers are part of that, but energy is going to be an absolute key going forward. And so we're trying to develop thought partners about what might that look like from an industry workforce standpoint 20 years from now. So.
Very good.
All right.
Fantastic. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for your leadership, Commissioner. Really appreciate it. Again, open invitation to come out, and I'll brief you more later on as we are on the capital budget. Because, and again, I wanted you to hear, we're not competing against your other projects there, because I know that's an important part of the development of Madison County.
Yeah, we can support your efforts. Just let us know.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks.
Ladies, gentlemen, anything else for the good of the order?
No, move to adjourn.
Contact information, I know I have your guys's, but.
Now you know what I'm gonna do.
If you see
My seat.
Yeah, oh,
All I need is a nearby address, text